Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello learners, welcome back to the Swayam Prabha. I'm your mentor Dr. Abhishek Kumar, and today in this class we are going to discuss about the vector and bitmap graphics. This is a really very important topic of this entire graphic design and visualization course, right? So let us discuss about computer graphics in depth. So here we can divide computer graphics into two main categories, right? What are these main categories? First is the vector graphics and second is the raster graphics, right? So here you can check out the vector I had demonstrated with the help of one lines over there and one tangent here I had drawn over there, right? So it's a Bezier curve, right? And here in the rasters you can check out we had just made of small blocks. So these blocks are called the pixels. So in a coming slide I'm going to demonstrate you about the pixel in more depth, right? So here we can define the CGI into two categories. One is the bitmap graphics and second is the vector graphics, right? So bitmap graphics is also sometimes known as a raster graphics, right? So hope the fundamental is clear. Bitmap graphics are made up with the help of small pixels and raster graphics are made up with the help of mathematical tools, mathematical algorithm. Then only whenever we are doing zoom in, zoom out, extended our vector graphics, they never get pixelated, right? Even vice versa, if you're talking about the bitmap graphics or the images, they are pixelatable, right? So I will discuss you about these all things in a depth in a coming slide, right? So exactly, first of all, what is the bitmap graphics or raster graphics? Like I tell you, for example, this is one photograph, manipulated photographs is over here. So it's looking like some nature and a mother of nature on a theme. This one photographs has been get implemented, right? So exactly what is bitmap graphics? So we can mention here bitmap or the raster graphics are made up with many tiny parts that called pixels. So I will share you a small image also here to get understand about more pixel in depth. Second is what? Bitmap graphics are affected by resolution also, right? So there is two terminology. First is the pixel and second the resolution. So what this exactly I'm going to discuss in a coming slide, right? Next, bitmap graphics loses quality when scaled. Like I discussed you earlier also, whenever we are zooming the bitmap graphics for some time, definitely that would be going to be pixelate over there. The same thing is here. Bitmap graphics loses quality when it's scaled over there. Next is what? When you enlarge bitmap graphics, it will be look zagged also. It would be looking totally disturbed. When it's shrunk, it future become indistinct and fuzzy also, right? So this is the some problem whenever you are working with a bitmap graphics. So here you can check out, this is a zoom version of this photographs, this one eye area only. So here you can check out this one, a small blocks, it's a displayed over there, right? So exactly these blocks are called pixels, right? So I had a demonstrated pixels here. So let us know about the pixel in more details. So what I mentioned over there, the term pixel is a sort of picture element, right? So pixel is what exactly? It's a picture element, right? And pixel are the tiny building blocks that make up all digital images, right? So here you can check out, this is some blocks I had to get blended over there. So we are not able to recognize exactly what this image is. But when we zoom out, we are able to recognize what is this one image exactly is, right? So this is about the pixel. Whenever you are talking about the resolution defining the corresponding number of pixels displayed per inch in an image. Sometimes it's called the DPI also, dot per inch also, right? So in 1 dot per inch, how many pixels would be over there? That would be get defined by resolutions over there. So usually you can get understand, if your resolution is high, then your more pixels per inch would be get inserted over there, right? Then automatically your resolution would be greater, right? And when you are going to print the element, if you are having a great resolution, more pixel automatically print quality would be also superb, right? So you can easily understand whenever you are working to the bitmap graphics are dependable on a pixels resolution. That's why sometimes you are talking about the cell phone based camera. Like if you are talking about the Apple cell phone, they having 12 megapixels of camera only. If you are talking about Chinese cell phones, maybe it's a MI or maybe a Xiaomi cell phone or some Oppo or Vivo, they having a more 48 megapixels of camera. Even if you're going to compare the picture quality of Apple cell phone is much better than this images in terms of clarity and sharpness. Why? Because they are capturing more number of resolutions, high resolutions. Even for example, I'm going to define you one more example. For example, if you are going to buy one point and shoot camera, so normally point and shoot camera 20 megapixel, 24 megapixels, easily you can get off that kind of point and shoot camera within 15 to 20,000 rupee. But if you are talking about a Mark 3, Mark 4 DSLR camera, even they are only 12 megapixels, less than megapixels, but they having more expensive 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Then why? What is the difference between these things? So because the higher DSLR segment is keeping more resolutions over there, so quality of picture is going to be rich over there. So end of the day, if you're talking about like a simple megapixels, low quality of camera, low quality of cell phone, they are just making you the big canvas over there, but they are not maintaining the per inch colors into the more detail. That's why whenever you are talking about the print media, maybe commonly you may heard also, if you have to go for the printing of the photographs, your photographs should be the 300 dpi. But normally if you are going to present a PowerPoint presentation, then definitely we are not going to print that PPT. Usually, right, in a special case that could be maybe get printed. So if that could be get printed, then only we require the good resolutions over there for printing quality. But normally whatever you are presenting into the desktop screen, commonly it's a 72 dpi only, right? So hope the fundamental of resolutions and pixels are now clear, right? So now if you are talking about the advantages of bitmap graphics, so what are the exactly advantages of bitmap graphics, right? So exactly bitmap graphics may easily created from existing pixel and the data is stored into the array form, right, in a memory. So here all the information is work with the help of pixels. So if we are working into the each pixels, easily we are able to define or change the property of that pixels, right? So whenever we are working into the photographs, at that time commonly we are working into the pixels only, right? Second is what? Retrieving the pixel data stored in the bitmap file may often be accomplished by using a set of coordinates that allow the data to be the conceptualized as a grid also. Like in a previous slide also I had shared, when we had extended mode, that's a look like a one grid. They all pixels are get totally arranged over there, right? So this is the second advantage. Third advantage is what? Pixel value may be modified individually, right? Because each and every pixels dependent our photographs is, or as a large groups by altering palettes is present. So if you are working with the palettes also, same color of shades is going over there. So even we can easily modify the palettes also rather than individually working into the each and every pixel. So this is the advantages of bitmap graphics whenever you are working with a bitmap graphic. Now one more things, bitmap files may be translate well to dot format, right? So easily output such as the display device, CRTs and printer, it's really very easy to get printed, the data get printed to display the data in front of desktop or the television or the projector over there. So these are the advantages of bitmap graphics, right? Or you can say the raster graphics also, right? If you're talking about the disadvantages of the bitmap graphics, so definitely all graphics having some pros and some cons factor, right? So what are the cons factor? Commonly bitmap graphics can be very large because it's a totally depend upon the resolution. So if you higher resolution, the quality of picture would be very, very good, but definitely size of file would be also getting increased. So here I had mentioned particularly if the contains large number of color, data compression and shrink file size due to the pixel data, but the data must be expanded before it can be used, and this can be slow down the reading and rendering process also considerably, because whenever you are working with a large number of pixels, definitely rendering will take more time, right? So this is one of the disadvantages of bitmap graphics. Second disadvantage is what? Bitmap graphics typically do not scale very well, right? Whenever we are working into the shrinking image, it would be the disseminations or throwing away the pixels also several times, right? So whenever we are working into the bitmap graphics, it must be usually printed as the resolution in which form they are stored over there, right? So whenever we are working with the bitmap graphics, these are the disadvantages of bitmap graphics, and already we had discussed about the advantages of bitmap graphics also. Now it's a time to get to know about the vector graphics. Like earlier also in a short form I had demonstrated, vector graphics are made up with the help of mathematical algorithms. So same we had a mentions here, vector graphics images are collections of device independent mathematical descriptions of graphical shape. That's why whenever you are working with a vector graphics, you are extending your vector graphics in a zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, they would be never get pixelated. So whenever you are working for a logo designing commonly, because even we don't know, for example, logo either going to print into this one small size or maybe a big hoarding is going to be print for that. So for such kind of requirement, we should use the vector graphics, right? So vector graphics format commonly used as a CAD application, 3D application, right? So those data we required maybe into the very big size that could be rendered required, or maybe a small size that render required, because they are never get pixelated. This is the advantage also of vector graphics, right? So vector graphics are best suited for the artwork composed of the geometric shape, like as I had said, logo or digital drawings, maybe such kind of drawing if you have to create. So hard drawing if you have in create, then you can go with the like vector graphics element over there, right? Now coming to the advantage of vector graphics. So definitely, like I tell you, every data having advantages, every data having the disadvantages also. So like commonly, as I had stated earlier also, this is a main advantage. Vector data can be easily scaled without image bursting issue, right? So whenever you are going to scale any object into very large size, 200, 500, 1000, 1000% zoom in, even they are not going to pixelate, right? So commonly whenever we are working with the 3D objects or text, right, at that time we can use the vector graphics. Like in this one image you can see these are the flat colors over there. So such kind of cartoons if you have to create, even you can use the vector graphics also, right? Now we can discuss about the disadvantages of vector graphics, right? So definitely there are some disadvantages also, like if you have to work into the vector graphics, definitely you are not able to work into pixel by pixel data. So maybe if you have to work into the facial shadings in a much detail, or each and every color or shade if you have to modify or extend it, that would be really very hard whenever you are working with a vector graphics, right? So if you are working with a flat shades of color, then that's a good. But if you are working with a like a digital photographs, at that time that would be a really very tough. That's why we had a mentioned here. The appearance of vector image can vary considerably depending upon the application interpreting the images, and second is what factors including the rendering applications, compatibility with the creator of application, and the sophistication of its toolkit of geometric primitive and the drawing operations, right? So it's a totally depend upon our drawing operations and the compatibility with the rendering application, right? So whenever we are working with a photographs where we have to need to change the informations of pixels, small part over there, at that time definitely it's tough to work over there. So at that time we can use what kind of images? Raster graphics or the bitmap graphics of images. So hope now the fundamental concept between vector graphics and the raster graphics would be clear to everyone. Now moving ahead, right? So here for vector graphics and the raster graphics, we having several applications. So specifically if we are talking about the bitmap graphics, we having the Adobe Photoshop tool, one of the best tool for vector graphics, and I do recommend the Adobe Illustrator for vector graphics to you. Even there are some software available into the market like CorelDRAW also people can use for the vector graphic design element over there. But in our session I am going to demonstrate you about how effectively or what kind of flexibility we having in Adobe Photoshop and what kind of flexibility we having into the Adobe Illustrator, right? So easily we can get understand about vector graphics and raster graphics in practical way. So whenever we are zooming our element, easily we can able to identify, yeah, this one image is going to be burst. But whenever we are working with Adobe Illustrator applications over there, whenever we are going to extend our images into the very zoom versions also, even you are not able to see any kind of pixelate data over there, right? So now it's a time to let's switch to the application Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. So easily you can get understand about vector graphics and the raster graphics in more detail over there, right? So let us switch to the applications and have a look how effectively we can work with these applications for vector graphics and raster graphics. So here you can see the graphical user interface of Adobe Photoshop. As I discussed you earlier also, now in this session we are going to cover about the vector graphics and raster graphics, right? So this is the Adobe Photoshop, and here you can see the Adobe Illustrator, right? So as we discussed with you earlier about Adobe Illustrator is a vector based graphics. So what is the difference between vector and raster? Vector graphics are non-pixelatable. Then whenever we are required to create any logo, right, which may be print into the small size, or maybe that could be print into the very big size also, in such case we are using vector graphics. So for example, here you can check out, I'm just doing the zoom in, Control plus here, right? So here you can check out the Facebook logo one design is here. So how many, until you are zooming over there, you can see the boundary is not going to be like pixelate over here, right? See here, I'm doing zoom. So here you can check out what is the zoom percentage. 51,000% I had zoom extended the view. So this is the power of vector graphics, right? I'm going with some other examples, like this is an example of UX and UI design. Right now a lot of jobs is coming specifically in a UX and UI design only, where we are responsible for layout and design of graphical user interface for cell phone, right? Or maybe applications. So here you can check out this is the message graph. However, we are zooming like 3200% zoom. See here, no one data is going to be like pixelate or burst over there. So these are the advantages of vector graphics. See, again, for example, here I am going to draw one simple rectangle maybe here. Okay, so let us draw the rectangle here, and I am putting some color over here to better get understand, right? And I had added some strokes over there, right? So let us see the same design just quickly I had created. Let us zoom it again. Here we are able to check out no data is going to be like burst or pixelate here. See 1200% zoom. I am zooming extended. See, so here we are not able to 64,000% zoom here, right? And nothing is pixelatable, right? Everything is looking smooth and best quality over there. That's why I told you earlier, whenever we have to design where there could be need to print the object into the small or bigger size, vice versa, then it is the one of the best options to get work, right? So this is the interface of application name as Adobe Illustrator. Fine. So whenever you will start, this is a logo of Adobe Illustrator. Simply you can hit into the file and new, or you can go with the file and new template also, whatever templates you have. Like we having some business card template, right? So for example, I'm using businesscard.ait. Simply I'm hitting on new, and let's what will happen with reference to business card size and layout. Now we having all the size of our business card available with me, and we can get started over there. So this is the vector graphics based software Adobe Illustrator. Earlier also I tell you we can design some 2D graphics also, like maybe this is one of the toon background over there, right? So here you can check out very beautifully the artist has been get layout the background here. So even you can check out, even I am doing a lot of zoom over there, still nothing a problem is going to be there. So here in a part by part we can create all the element. Like here you can check out this small all element has been get like created in a different layers, and later on we had a merge our data, and the result is look like this one like here you can see this is the data here. We can move here, yeah, this is the other planet here. So individually in a part by part we had created all the data here, and then you can lay out the element, and finally the scene is going to be created. So this is the advantage of vector graphics, as we discussed earlier also. So here you can check out these are made up with the help of lines, points, and solid color is available over there. No data is going to be pixelated over there, right? So this is the vector graphics based application. Now coming to the bitmap graphics or raster graphics based application. So commonly most preferably used application known as a Adobe Photoshop. So I'm just launching the Adobe Photoshop. So I tell you earlier in this course we are going to learn about the book cover layout design, poster design, right? Tabloid design, logo designs also. So these all things we are going to be covered. So I told you, for example, for logo design we can simply go to the Illustrator and we can design the logo. But for example, if you have to design the posters over there, definitely Adobe Photoshop would be the best option. So this is one of the right now we all are suffering from the COVID-19 situation. So this is one of the layout during COVID-19. Do not stop. Like we are into the online learning. Our several colleges, university are teaching to you. Even with the help of Swayamprabha channel, I am interacting with you. So this could be one of the sample of one layout, one design where we are portraying audience. Okay, don't stop for COVID-19. Let's start read and work at home only, right? So here you can check out several different layers I had designed. I had layout the objects over there, right? So here this is the background layer, right? So this is the background first. In background I had put some design over there. So here in design also multiple layers we had work earlier. We had little discuss about the Photoshop in depth. We will start the Adobe Photoshop, then we will learn about Photoshop in depth, right? What are the layers, what are the blending options? These all things we are going to learn in a forthcoming classes, right? So like over that we had put one image over there, right? So image also, like we had masked the image, right? So this is the masked image, then overlay the image, right? So this is the output over there. Then we had added some viruses images over there, right? Then you can check out the designer has added one of the supportive lines. So that's giving us a really very beautiful look and feel. Then blue line, a supportive line over there. Then one square over there to writing some element over there, right? So simply we can also write element over there. Let us learn. Let's LEARNTHROUGHSWAYAPRABHA, right? So I had tapped over there. Let us learn through Swayamprabha. So in earlier classes we had discussed about the color. So definitely it's a yellow color. So like black color would be much impactful result it will give us. So complementary colors we had put it over here, right? So let us learn through Swayamprabha. I had simply put it this one data over here, right? So even if you want to like a bold and italic, you can do with a bold and italic formattings over here also, right? We having all the formats in a paragraph options over here, right? So simply you have to click here and you can go ahead and you can do the bold options over there, right? So this is one of the like example of vector graphics based and raster graphics based application, right? So in a Photoshop whatever we are doing, this is a by default raster graphics based application, but the text whatever I had typed here right now, this is a vector graphics based text, right? So these things we can implement here, right? And let us go with some more example. Like this is a second example. One poster could be gym poster could be over there, right? So in a same in a multiple like layers, this is the background image over there. Then some design has been put it over here, right? So let us explore in detail. This is one circle, this is some light, only circle, then light. Even in the last class we had learned about the hue also. So simply what I'm doing, I'm selecting this one, right? And we can even change the color of hue also, right? So with the help of hue we can simply change the color, right? So like I am hitting into the hue option, right? And here you can see you can change the color of circle also. Very easily you can modify, you can manipulate the result also over there, like some texts are over there. This is one example of like advertisement of a gym, right? Third example we having here, like this could be one of the spring sale shop online kind of several advertisement you may able to watch on a television, specifically on website also, because in this time e-commerce in India is also day by day going to be increased over there. So again such kind of graphics required by industry, and definitely as I told you earlier also, right now for UX UI design and graphic design a lot of vacancies are over there. End of the day we should having a really very good sense of colors and layout and typography element only, so we can easily grab the job also into the market, right? So this is the background design, some of the color, really very beautiful orange, contrast blue. The artist has been get blended into the white background. Then one character we had to put it over there, right? So this is the individual character. We had just photographs individually, and later on we had to cut it and paste over there. How to do these all things we are going to learn in a forthcoming class also, so don't worry about that. Right now we are learning what are the differences and what kind of facility between the raster graphics and bitmap graphics. But right now one thing's it's looking like okay, in both software we can do the same, so what is the problem, right? So now it's a time to discuss about the problem. For example, this is one of the layout over there. Now what I'm doing, I'm just zooming the picture. Let us see, it's on around only 200%, and now you can able to see they had started pixelating the object. See, this one hand area, this one text, each and everything is going to be a start pixelated now, right? So this is the only problem whenever you are working with Adobe Photoshop. Then commonly such problem would be occurred in each and every application which is based on the raster graphics, right? So hope the things are clear with you. Again, I'm zooming more. See, this one would be get pixelated into the lots of blocks, small blocks, and this blocks is only called the pixels, right? And you can see each and every pixels containing how many dots, that defining the resolution dot per inch, right? So this is the problem. Maybe if we are going to print this one wording in a big size, automatically the result would be like a jagged result, would be like a pixelated over there, right? But in Illustrator, whatever we had like design, whatever we had performed, you can simply see whatever zoom we are going, it's a more than 64,000 zoom, and still data is not going to be pixelated, data is not going to be burst. So this is the advantage of vector graphics, and this is the disadvantage of raster graphics or the bitmap graphics, but both having some different facility. For example, simply I don't want maybe this one area, right? So let us selecting maybe this one here, so I don't require, so simply I had like get selected and we can easily delete here, right? So like okay, this is into the converted mode, so just I'm switching this one into the rasterize. Now let us delete this one thing. So simply you can see the data has been now get deleted. But same thing if we require to get delete into the vector graphics, that would be really very challenging, because that is not working into the pixel based informations over there, right? So this is somehow the advantage and disadvantage between both applications. We having a lot of tools also over there. For example, if we want to erase softly, then simply we can use the eraser tool, and even we can erase the softly also. We can simply decrease the hardness and we can increase the size, so we can even delete the software data also. So such kind of features we have not available in a such excellent way in a vector graphics application. So hope now everything is now clear. What are the vector graphics, what are the raster graphics? In a practical application we had to get learned also. Whenever you are working with a vector graphics, definitely for logo designing, for the purpose when you require to print the media into the any size, bigger size over there, then only you have to use the Illustrator or CorelDRAW applications, right? But for example, if you have to go into the more flexibility and where you are required to add several images and photographs over there, right? Click photographs over there, then it's a best to work into the Adobe Photoshop. Now it's a time to get summarize the class, conclude the class. Like today we had a get learn, we having a little idea about the Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop also, how effectively both tool is a really very powerful, but respect to our requirement we are going to utilize any applications over there, right? So now let us summarize the today class. So right now whatever we had get learned, computer graphics can be classified into two main category. What are the main category? Vector graphics, and second is what? That is the bitmap graphics, or sometimes it's called the raster graphics also, right? Second, what? Graphics format differ in the way of representation graphic information such as pixels or as a vector, right? And how they compress image data in the feature which they support. So these are related to the graphics format over there. Either you are working with a vector graphics or raster graphics or pixel based graphics. Commonly whenever you are working into the Adobe Photoshop or you are working into the Illustrator, so end of the day we have to go with some of the common file formats. So most common file format used into the computer graphics design industry are bitmap, BMP, TIFF, tagged image file format, PCX file format, JPEG file format, or EPS file format, right? JPEG Joint Picture Expert Group, EPS Encapsulated PostScript format. So these are the full form of the name of this file format. So with respect to our requirement, like we having a specific class related to the file formats only, where we are going to discuss when we have to use the JPEG, when we have to use the GIF, when we have to use the SVG graphics, when we have to use the EPS graphics. These all things we are going to learn into upcoming classes, right? Now simply, if you're talking about the data compression, so data compression means what? Data compression means storing the data into the format that required less compressed size over there, right? So this means the data compression. Now whenever we are talking about the computer graphics, all the location in computer graphics are saved in a mathematical coordinates, right? So now if you are talking about the pixels, so what is exactly pixel? Pixel is the basic unit of programmable color on a PC or computer that display as an computer image, right? So this is about the pixel technicalities over there, right? And we had already learned pixel is the smallest unit of any photographs also. All photographs are made up with the help of pixels only. Now coming to the vector graphics, like earlier also we had discussed. Right now just concluding, vector graphics are made up with the help of lines, curve, and defined by the mathematical objects. That's why whenever we are enlarging vector graphics, they never get pixelated. So this is the advantage of vector graphics, right? Last is what? SVG. SVG is a new file format commonly we are using that enables us to high quality vector graphics images incorporate to real-time data also. So these are about the today classes. So hope the things are now clear with you, right? If you're having any query, any problem, you can simply write to the tech support @dth.ac.in. I'm your mentor, Dr. Abhishek Kumar, and see you soon into the next class. Take care. Bye-bye.